Welcome, Cancer Leo, to your mid-month reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Hit that big old thumb. See what's going on with you. Okay, getting straight into this. This message for the month, please. Getting straight into what you're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you. Ooh, decisions, choices. Could feel like you're at a little bit of a crossroads between which way you need to go, really using that gut feeling and that intuition. It feels like the gut feeling is saying you need to go this way, but it feels like you're kind of maybe working, for some of you, working against it, saying, but I'm not sure, maybe you want to go this way. Gut feeling's always usually the more powerful one, right? We want to go with that gut feeling. Maybe the gut feeling is trying to tell you that, you know, it's maybe a little bit of the harder road. Unfortunately, sometimes that's the, that's the way it is, but it's got the better outcome. Okay, so really thinking about the choices, decisions over here, really going to have to do some shadow work to really figure this out. Yes, getting deep within yourself, do some shadow work, figure out the choices, decisions. I always say go with the gut feeling, guys. Your gut knows what it's doing. That is your intuition. Okay, so being at a crossroads, let's figure out why you have these choices and decisions to make. Something needs to probably be heard. Heartache and loss coming out in the present. Trying to get past this heartache and this loss, really trying to get past whatever. It feels like your intuition has been up your butt for a little while over here, right? It's like, I've been on you, I've been on your case. But it does feel like my intuition keeps saying this, but I don't know. Being a really kind of a hard decision over here, you have the authority coming up, so you're going to take control over here of the situation coming out. So yeah, it looks like it's been all over your case in the recent past. Your intuition has been open. It feels like you have been going with most of your intuition, but I think this one has got you kind of stuck because your gut feeling is saying, I really want you to do this, and you're saying, I don't know if that's the way, right? I'm not sure about that. Feeling very peaceful. If you go with the gut feeling, in the past when you used your intuition, it brought you more peace. You learned from the situation. You actually followed the situation. I just think that this one is trying to tell you something, and you're just like, I don't know about that. You might feel like someone is also manipulating the situation. So if you are sharing this, and we have swords over here, and you are communicating about this, maybe you feel like someone is trying to manipulate the situation. But you're very determined to go after this goal and this promise. There is a huge opportunity coming at you. I just feel like this other person might be giving you a little bit of a heartache. There's a fear within the choice that you're making, and it's kind of getting in your head. It could be because this other person is actually, when you tell them, I had this gut feeling that we should do this, I feel like they kind of throw things at you, kind of saying, I don't think that that's the way. And then maybe that's why you're getting a little confused about the situation of which way to go, because this other person is not seeing it the way you're seeing it. If your gut feeling is saying that and they're going against it, it is going to be a little harder when somebody is doing that, right? Otherwise, you might feel like, I don't think that this is the way it's going to be. Actually, Spirit's saying that is the way it's going to be. Commit yourself to having the faith and not allowing it to get you in your head. I still think this other person is really working against this gut feeling that you're having. I think you just really do need to do some shadow work to see the overall outcome, because the overall outcome is you moving towards the things that you want, but it will bring you comfort in really analyzing the situation. As you're moving, you're going to see it for what it is. The Empress. It really is going to bring in the prosperity and the harvest. It looks like the gut feeling is the way to go, but I always say it is. We all know that, right? But I think when somebody's working against us and they're not as determined to see your determination of going with this, it makes it a little bit hard, right? Especially if you're married to this person, because, or they're really close to you, because they're not going to see it the way you see it. So it kind of darkens the idea of how you're going to get to this situation. What, you know what I'm saying? Because then you're going to say, well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's not going to do that. But as your stomach's up there grumbling at you, and you're feeling a little sick about the situation because you know that's the right way, but yet they keep telling you that's wrong, don't do that. It's going to be harder to push in that direction. The Spirit says that is the direction. Be committed to the faith of knowing and keeping yourself in the knowing of your intuition. You did it in the past and everything went fine. Everything was good. But now, it just seems like that's the case scenario. Keeping the power keeps you away from the challenge. It feels like they are a little ungrateful towards the situation that you are picking, because they really just don't feel like this is the right way. But it does bring in the power, and it brings in the stability of yourself, and you are more in control, not allowing them to be in control, because you're saying, I am using my intuition. I'm more poised about the situation. I understand what's coming now. And you have your emotions now right on track where you need to be, allowing all of that, not having to defend your rights for your intuition, right? Because you know that's where it's going to be. But they don't really like that. That's because you did a lot of reflection upon the situation to get to the happiness. But they still think that this is not the way it's supposed to be. According to the way they see it, this is not going to bring it. How could it not bring it? You already feel the stability. You already feel the cycle change. You already feel everything. That's because they wanted to be in control about the situation. They wanted to be right about this. Because they wanted to make sure that they were self-assured. They wanted to believe. See, they were manipulating a situation because they want to be in control of the situation. So therefore, they wanted to be right. That's it. When you see the self-assured over here, I was self-assured that we were going in the right direction, so I want to be right. And they didn't want you to be right. Wow, they did not want to be right. And they're still complaining about the situation. Still complaining and still kind of talking bad about the situation, saying that they don't believe it's still going to work. Yeah, they say your ships are not going to come in, but you're saying, no, I feel the cycle change. There is a shift here because I am making it shift. I'm taking the risk and going with my intuition. Even though it's kind of crazy, you know, you're making the leap of faith. The only reason it feels like a leap of faith and a risk to go with your own intuition is because they're so determined to be right about the situation that it makes you feel like, I'm taking a risk, I'm going to go with my intuition, which is crazy, right? You already knew how to do that before, but you didn't have this obstacle up against you. So the text message that's coming in is that you do have the support from this Capricorn or this, maybe a Virgo, which is bringing in your happiness and your Nine of Cups. So your intuition is right on track. Wow. So at the perfect timing, you will get this message that says you are on track and you are doing what you're supposed to do because you were generous to yourself to take the offerings that you give to yourself. And understanding that you kept true to yourself. They're going to be a little, they feel a little, I'm just going to say a little butthurt about the situation because they so wanted to be sure. They so wanted to be right about this. And it just feels like a control issue. With the Strength card there, it's like a control issue of the patience and planning. They wanted to be the one that got this done. Right. And it's not working that way because you're saying, I'm not sure about your situation, the way you're going, because my gut feeling is saying, now we know where the crossroads is. This is them over here saying, it has to be this way. And you're saying, my gut feeling says it's this way. Now you're kind of stuck between the crossroads of, are they right or is my gut feeling right? Absolutely. And if they keep telling you you're wrong, I'm right, that's going to make it, it's going to make it harder. Look, I don't think for anything nothing here says that it mattered. It didn't matter to you who was right or who was wrong, whether my gut feeling is right or you're right, but they sure as heck want to make it so, right? Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. They so wanted to make it this way. They wanted to make it, this is the way it is. Could even be dealing with a Taurus who's very stubborn and really believes that this is it, but they're not using a gut feeling. They're just going by how they're perceiving it. So by getting more information, you're ready to take on this. There's no need to worry. Go with what you need. In the next few months, it's all going to come through. But your gut, you going by the gut feeling within the next few weeks, actually going through this process is actually going to open up those doors and do exactly what you need. And then it can be completed within the next few months. Okay? Okay, so Spirit says just if you believe in yourself, believe in your own intuition, because you are right. Anytime you go with your gut feeling, you know you're right. It wasn't just some analytical thought that you had. No, this is gut intuition, right? I just feel this very stubborn energy that literally could be a Sagittarius or a Taurus or a Capricorn. Who is, I am right. Don't tell me I'm not. Could even be a Virgo, right? Because no matter what, they're hell-bent on being 100% I'm right. So definitely an earth sign or this fire sign. But actually, they're wrong. They're wrong. Because they didn't put any intuition in this. They, like I said, they were just perceiving it the way they wanted the outcome to be, what they wanted. And I just think that maybe it was because you were right in the past, and maybe you've already gone through this before, and they said this once before, and you went with your instincts then. This time they really were wanting to be right, right? I want to be right sooner or later. But the difference is going on whatever you're thinking is one thing. That's fine. I think that this is going to happen. Whoopity-woo. What's your gut feelings say? Right? It's obviously something that, you know, you are, it's very important, right? It's very important to you to be able to have your instincts and gut intuition really come through. And intuition is way higher than just instincts. So if they want to just go on instincts, that's just, you know, instincts is good. It's just that intuition is so much higher. Instincts is more of a grounded earth energy. Intuition comes straight from the heavens. That's different. Instincts is an earthbound thing, human thing. Intuition comes from spirit. So they could sit over here and see people like, my instincts say, well, that's good. A lot of instincts are right, but my intuition is going to overtake that. And it's going to be done quicker and faster. And we see that with the 8 of Wands. So it doesn't mean that they weren't right. Their instincts could be right on key. It's just that if you want something to move fast, it's saying this is going to make it change and move quick, just like you said. So you could even be saying that, well, that's fine and all, and I'm sure that it will help. But I need this to really pick up the pace. I really need this to change and quickly. And this instinct or this intuition is really going to do that. Okay. So it doesn't mean they're wrong in the whole thing. It's just compared to you using them telling you that your intuition is wrong. See, that's where the wrong is coming out. Okay. Man, some people, they really just want to be right. They just really want to be right, right? Oh, goodness. Okay, guys. Keep up with that intuition. Till next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.